Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on where you're watching from. I'm here again, and I'm like again Odigizua. And for my, previous video, I stated that I'm gonna make a video about, my encounter, experience, about, identity and names, what your name represents, how your name, identify you, and it's so very, very, important or very essential. It's an imperative, situation, or circumstance that we need to try and identify with our names, mostly in terms of, ethnicities, where you're from. The story was like this, there was a time, I think that was 2000 and between 13 and 14 in the UK, where I was working. I got to meet some people, and at first there was a day somebody called me out and asked me, hello, what's your name? And I said, my name is Lionel. The guy was saying, what? I was like, Lionel. He said, that cannot be your name. I was like, how do you mean? You just asked for my name and I told you my name is Lionel, and you're telling me that cannot be my name. He said, no, yeah, seriously, I'm being serious here, mate. That cannot be your name, we had, some arguments here and there, I told him that was what I'm called, and I've just told you my name, and that is it. You need to respect, what I've, told you. That is it, what I'm called. And the guy, stood his ground with me that, I'm not Lionel, I can never be called Lionel. So I got upset. I was so angry that very day. And, we had some bit of like even confrontation, and I just, bounce. I just, ask him to bounce, let him, just leave me alone. I don't want to be into that energy or vibe at that particular time, and that's, what happened in the first instance. And on another day, different day, with different person, but I've been, seeing people too, when I told them Lionel, yeah, they respect my that decision, they call me that name, without, them telling me, I cannot bear that name or whatever, or I'm not identified to that name. So the next time, my second encounter was another person, that told me that, yeah, but that guy was so polite. When I told him I was Lionel, he said, yes, my friend, no, I know you call Lionel, but what is your tribal name? What name was given to you in your tribe? Your tribal name, the name that was given to you that identify you to your tribe. I was like, yeah, Egi. He said, yeah, mate, that's what we're talking about. That is your name. You Lionel, you are not English, my friend. And Lionel is, like an English name, an English person's name, but you are seeing you, without no offense, that, he knows that I have a name that is, that identify me to my tribe, which I said, yes, I told him, which is the full meaning, which comes from the Benin, the Edo, from the Edo State, from the part of Edo State in Nigeria. The guy was, yes, that is what you are called. That is your name. So it get dawned on me like, wow. Yeah, the first guy, the way his approach was a bit, very, very, raw and rude. And we had, issues that day. But it sank on me, it got dawned on me that, yeah, well, should I be really, answering, Lionel? when my name that was given to me was Yogi Magmon. And even the English name, I believe I gave it to myself, or one of my other brothers in the United States then, gave me that name. And I was like, wow, yeah, this is it. That is my identity. Just, let me, use Nigeria as a case study, to Africans or people watching, please follow my page, because there's going to be contents coming out, in different diverse areas that you don't expect, friendship, race, just all forms of work, religion and all that, So, just, follow my page, like, subscribe, feel free to comment and share. Please do that, I beg of you, so that at least the message get out, it might bless some people, it might cause, issues for people, to deal with. That's the reason I said, your comments are welcome, criticism is welcome, and I'm ready to deal with it. We can, have a straight conversation, and, deal with situation that we don't understand between each other, and we sort it out, amicably. So please, follow my page, subscribe, like, share, and feel free to comment. As I was saying, I'm going to use Nigeria as a case study. Nigeria is a diverse, multi ethical, ethical society. Like, ethnicity, in Nigeria is loads, is a lot, people, different, tribes and, languages. So you see me as an Edoma, easily. When you say, call me Yogi Magmon, definitely people know where, I'm coming from. You know me. It's just your identity. It takes you back to where you're coming from. It's like a trace. It's like a DNA. And once you say, Fumi, people know where you're coming from. F Young, people know where you're coming from. Muhammad or Musa or, Buhari, people know where you're coming from. When you say, names like Ogene, Ogenevo, or, people know where you're coming from. When you say Shukuma, people know where you're coming from. You can say that, that is the identity we're talking about. Name, has a vital importance, in our lives. And it identifies us in a way that, even with names, some, you see people, you can, let's say, oh, this man is an Igbo man, this man is a Benin man, this man is a Yoruba man, but it doesn't mean. But these days, we tend to start naming our children, Rihanna, Beyonce, Williams. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing anyway, but at the end of the day, that child is not being identified to where he's coming from. Because, I've not seen an English person, just two, English, white, and, saying, calling their name Osagbovo. This message is not all about, divisiveness. I'm not trying to say, it is wrong. But if you look at it critically, it's not left for you. Like, after my encounter, the children, kids that I have after then, my children, I had to give them their name. Their names now, first name was a Benin name. But before, I used to go with English name before Benin name. But then I changed it, I make a turnaround after that encounter in 2013-14. You just have to call that child by his name, by his first name, which is his identity, which is, the name that identify him to where his roots, where he's coming from. People might, have their own, different opinion about this message, but it's just my view. It's just my, how I see it. Please, follow my page, subscribe to my page, follow my page. Please like. Feel free to share, comment on it. Just follow this page. There's a lot, we're going to be learning together, It's not one-sided, I'm put out things and I'm there to see your response, comment on it. feel free to hand your view. I'm still learning, and do whatever criticism you want to do, because it's there, that I'm going to, build myself from, take, those criticism, look at it and, develop from it as well. So you can see, that when I look at it, I was like, wow. Yeah, it's very, significant that, we name our children the names that comes from our land, from our own identities. Even, the people you call like Rihanna, Beyonce, they got lost because of the slave name that was given to their dad, taking them, they don't even know where they're coming from. That's how I see it, sorry to say. We should be proud, to embrace our where we're from, to embrace our identity. Because people are even, feel like it's a bit shameful for them to bear their tribal names, or to name their children, their tribal names. Go to Spain, you find, people, the Spanish, they have their name, they have their names, they give to Hernandez, Jesus, Fernando, whatever, Joaquin, Isabel. They have their name. Go to Italy. They have their names. Go to Poland, go to Germany, go to Holland, Belgium, France. The black race, we normally just give ourselves out to people in a platter of gold without, consideration. As it goes with names, that's what I'm going to speak about, the next video, about languages as well. We'll never be proud of ourselves. Even looking at even culture, tradition, looking into marriage settings, there's a lot, just, follow this page, subscribe, like, share, comment, and let's take it from there. There's a lot we need to look into. Religion, politics, everything. I just feel it's high time, be you in any way in the part of the world, be proud to name your child for he or she to be identified to your tribe, to where she is coming from. Even, here in the UK, before you get to do, they ask you, if a first timer, rather your child, if they have to ask for where that child, grandparents, great-grandparents, whatever, so that they can identify that child. But it's we can lose. If they didn't even ask for you, will not even want to put it there to make sure, that child has that, origin, that history. Please, I'm not like, trying to say, it is wrong, to do it. But, if you're giving your child, a name that you like that is out of your tribe, but please let him, he or she, as the first name, identify to where he or she is coming from where you, the mom or the dad, is coming from. I might not be right or I might not be wrong, but I guess some people might say, yeah, it's making sense. Some people will say, this what he's saying is senseless, but comment, make your comment, give you reasons and all that, fair enough. Please, let's, think critically. Let's, embrace our identity. Let's embrace our tribe. Let's embrace, what we have as a people, what is inside us, where you came from, where you are from. That DNA that is in you is not going to, just going to transform, in any, distant time, it's going to be there. I just said, I just dropped this, briefly. I know it's a bit a complex, area, a complex issue to look at. But anyhow you look at it, follow this, this page, subscribe, like, share, feel free to comment. And thank you, for giving me your comments, for the likes, for the share, and making effort to follow my page, and God bless you as you do so. Stay blessed. One love.